أهلا بحضراتكم مشاهدينا الكرام، ويسعدنا أن نلتقي مع مستر جوزيف بلاتر رئيس الاتحاد الدولي لكرة القدم أثناء وجوده في القاهرة. Hello, Mr. Bladder. President Bladder, welcome to Egypt and welcome on the Egyptian television via Nile Sport Channel.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Pleased to be here. And first of all, we would like to thank you for your supporting the Egyptian football in the last few years. Since the disasters happen in the stadiums, Port Said and air defense, what is your prescription, or actually magical prescription, for the Egyptian football in the coming period?
The Egyptian football has a great story. It has been really leaders in Asia, participating in Asia and Africa, participating in the World Cup. The teams have been all around the world, and then at a sudden they have been touched by a big tragedy years ago, and again now with a smaller one, and they still survive. It means that Egyptian football is very strong. And we have been informed always by our dear friend Hani Aburida, who gave us all information about that. And I'm so happy that after the last incidents, or it's a tragedy, that they restarted to play football, because football is stronger than all the villain which is in the world. Football is connecting people, and football is giving emotion and hope. So I am sure that the future of the football, and I spoke with the new president, Mr. Gamal, that the future is good, and I'm sure that the national team will come out and will be again one of the leading teams, and the youth competitions. I believe that.
How did you see the absence of the Egyptian national team 3 consecutive times after being the title holder, on the other hand, for 3 times as well?
That's a pity, but you know, first of all, they have been in the past years some problems inside the football. You have just mentioned it.
Yeah.
And secondly, the other national associations, they are not sleeping. They are developing. And therefore, also perhaps Egypt thought that they are the champions, they are the best, and then they have realized that efforts have been made everywhere in Africa, and it's not so easy now to qualify for the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, but this is why I'm going to ask you about the African teams. And if we take a look at the African football as a whole, it's rapidly improving. Can we see more seats for Africa in the coming period?
Listen, this is we are speaking about the seats in the World Cup. This is a matter we will discuss then after the 29th of May, when there will be the election, and I do hope that I'm still be the president at the time. But this is an approach we have now envisaged to have a better repartition of the slots. You know, the African teams, the 5, they have been now in Brazil. They did well. Did well. 2 of them, they went to the 8th of final, and don't forget, Algeria was up to eliminate the World Cup, the winner. So African football is strong, but I cannot make any promises now.
But if we talk about rotation system, if FIFA going to keep this system in the coming period, can we see the World Cup again in Africa as we see it before?
You know, I spoke today with Dr. Damiani Zuma, the president of the African Union Commission, and she said also we should have another World Cup, not only the 2010. 2026 is open also for Africa. So I invite African nations to come. I invite the national associations or countries in Africa to go for 2026. This will be the next opportunity, because in 18 we are playing in Russia, and in 22 we are in Qatar.
Yes, for almost 40 years, since 19 1975 up till now, you have been spending all this time with FIFA, and you have spent all your time and effort to strike a change in football. If I'm gonna ask you, how did you change football from being just a game to be a huge business and investment?
I like your question because the game is the same. It's only it is now more sophisticated. The game is now it is the rhythm of the game is higher. The players are better. The game is the same, but football in the same time became an economic power.
Sure.
An economic power because there is so much at stake now in football. And this is also coming of the promotion of the game. And the promotion of the game, it was a wedding party we had a certain time. The wedding party with television. Television came in, and then at a sudden, football was seen everywhere.
Yeah.
Money was coming in. And now football is a very, very important part in economy. But football is more. Football, the basic of football, which is discipline, respect, fair play. It's a combat game, also has its aspect to play in the social, cultural part of our game, in education, in welfare, in emotions, in passion, and hope. This is also football.
Last time we see a lot of violence and riots inside some countries' stadiums. What about the coming period? How do you see it? How will FIFA deal with it to regain or to maintain discipline again?
But you know, it's a question also, first of all, of education. Secondly, is also the stability in a country.
Yeah.
Even a country where there is a lot of changes. That's why I'm happy that now in Egypt there is some stability, and I do hope there's a big stability in Egypt. Then there is a possibility of reaction by the population. That's the one part. The other part is that the big football clubs, they all have fans.
Sure.
And these fans, they forget from time to time emotions, and they go into passion. And when
Tough
they go
fans.
into passion,
Tough fans.
Yeah, tough. Then there is no limit. And this is a question of education, and also it is a pity when we have political interference or police interference to go in for football. But I can only appeal what I said: fair play and respect.
In 1995, you declared that the coming or the future of football is feminine. How do you see it now, the progression of women's football, and before also the World Cup in May?
Women's football, yes, I said that in 95.
Yeah.
The future of football is feminine. It is feminine now, because for the first time we will have now the FIFA's World Cup, Women's World Cup, with 24 teams. The last one in 2011 in Germany, which was a big event, was only with 16 teams. In the meantime, also we have the under 17 girls and women, the under 20 women. We have Olympic football tournament. We have a lot of courses for referees. Coaches, women's football is going in. What we need is more leagues in the different national associations. But it's also, women's football is also in for all cultures. It gives the woman or the ladies, it gives the woman some rights that in some cultures they don't have.
But how do you see it in Africa now and in Asia?
I see a huge development in Africa. They will have 3 contenders now to go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
But it's especially, I would say, in Asia. It's so important in the Arabic, let's say in the Arabic world, where football, women's football was not at the top at the very beginning. Now everybody's playing football. And we have started to have a competition in under 17 in Azerbaijan 3 years ago.
Okay.
Now next year we will have an under 17 women's or girls football in the middle of the Arabic world. We play in Jordan.
Yeah.
In the Kingdom of Jordan we play women's football. this will be a very strong and important sign that women's football is everywhere, and that is when I say the future is feminine. This will be the confirmation.
Women's rights.
Yeah, women's rights. Yeah, definitely.
If I ask you about the decision about Qatar World Cup, it's decided that it's gonna be in winter. That's
yes,
right.
Yes.
So
we play in winter because it cannot be played in summer, because the World Cup you cannot just cool down the whole country. You can cool down stadia, but football is more, or World Cup is more than playing the matches. Football is for the whole population.
But how will FIFA deal with European stakeholders?
Oh, this is a question of solidarity.
Yeah.
We have just taken the decision, and now there is 7 years to go in. We will have a calendar meeting already next month. In June, we will have for the international calendar to adapt it to the World Cup 2022. There will be some voices that will not be happy, but finally, in solidarity, I'm sure everybody will accept, because where there is a will, there is a way, and if there is the will to change something, because to go to the Arab world to play a World Cup, and this is in Qatar, definitely the case, and then everybody should make also a special and personal effort to go there.
President Bladder, thank you for being with us for the Egyptian television via Naila Sport.
Thank you.
Thank you for this interview.
I appreciate it to be in your channel tonight.
Pleasure for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.